Hey guys, hope you've had an amazing weekend and looking forward to a great week ahead of you. I just want to take a few minutes and share a thought with you from the book of Romans. I hope it blesses you as much as it's blessing me. Now, Paul writes this letter, but it's by no means his first letter to any of the other churches back then. He's written quite a few letters, but it's positioned in the Bible as though it was the first letter he ever wrote because it's so significant, it's so weighty, it's rich in its teaching, in its doctrine, in its theology. It's such an amazing book, and I just want to share a verse with you, and I hope it blesses you. And it's from the last chapter, and it's just a few verses before this letter is really ended. So it's towards the end of the letter, really. So it's Romans 16 from verse 22. And it reads, I, Tertius, who wrote down this letter, greet you in the Lord. I, Tertius, who wrote down this letter, greet you in the Lord. Now, that really amazed me because as far as I was concerned, I thought Paul wrote the letter and not Tertius. I mean, who is Tertius? I don't even hear of this guy outside of this. It's amazing that Tertius, who was most likely Paul's assistant, does such an amazing job in writing this letter to us, to the church back then and to us now. But he doesn't brag about it. He doesn't announce himself in chapter 1 verse 1. He doesn't say, if it wasn't for me, Paul will not be writing this. He doesn't give no credit to himself. He reserves a couple of lines right at the end. And we know when we go to the movies, we know who the lead actors and actresses are, we know who the directors are, but we don't know who the costume or the wardrobe person is. We don't know who the, the gophers or the runaround people are. We don't know none of those, and that's pretty much Tertius. He's a behind the scenes guy. He's not someone who is jostling for positions. He's not someone who is jostling for recognition. And that might be you. You might be doing a lot. You might be doing so much. You might be doing maybe too much at school, at college, at university, at your place of work, at home, maybe even at church. You might feel as though, you're giving your all week in, week out, day after day, and you might feel like with all of this effort you put into it, you're not getting no love, no recognition, no appreciation, no celebration. And I understand that that can be annoying and that can be disheartening at times. But let me encourage you from what Tertius is teaching us is your role and your value is or your work rather is not of less value because it's behind the scenes. You're not less important because you're cleaning the toilets and the person who is on stage singing is more important. You're not less important because you're at the back office and the person who's the face of the movement is right out the front. You're not less valuable than them. You're just as valuable. Your position and your role is so important. And my encouragement to you is play your position well. Give it 100. Never mind what anyone else is doing. One thing that always stays in mind for me and that helps me really just give my all into whatever God would have me do at any time is Iroro, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. That doesn't mean I do not I'm concerned about my brother and my sister and what they're doing and what God is doing in their lives, but Iroro, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Keep focused. Give your all to what God has you doing. And understand that that has value. Understand that what you do, wherever it is, whatever it is, it has value. Don't jostle for position. Don't jostle for recognition. Just do you. And believe me, God will elevate you in due season. Do you, and the recognition and appreciation will come into you in due season. I hope this blesses you. I hope this encourages you, not just for this week, but all through your life. You are just as valuable, whatever you do. And keep doing it, and God bless you. Take care, guys. See you again.